имеем возможности оценивать.
We are unable to assess the prospects for resuming the negotiation process, as the current pause is due to the Kyiv regime's reluctance to continue these negotiations, and their unwillingness to respond to the questions we have raised, regarding the drafts of the documents we submitted, as well as the proposed further format of work within various groups. All of this remains unanswered. Regarding the information from the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, it is alarming. Although, on the other hand, our military personnel constantly hear foreign speech and languages on their radios at the front line. So those foreigners are present. We are taking action against them. Our military will continue to carry out their duties. Most of the member states of the European Union are aligned with the European militaristic mainstream. They are pursuing a significant increase in military expenditure, lowering the standard of living for their citizens, all amidst a climate of militaristic hysteria and similar concerns. They are ready to take reckless steps that could cause considerable headaches and create numerous problems for the European Union in the future, whether it's the issue of confiscating Russian assets, or, in other words, stealing Russian assets, or the prospect of Ukraine joining the EU, and so on. All these actions, let's say, will have a very negative impact on the future of this organization, the European Union. However, there is also a group of states, albeit a smaller one, but still significant, that aims to protect their own interests and those of their people. These states defend their rights within the European Union using the mechanisms available to them. It's difficult for them. They are under pressure, and their activities are being suppressed. Let's see how things develop from here. The fact that there is a substantial contradiction within the Union is evident to all. Will Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban be able to reach an agreement with Trump on this? I honestly don't know. We're hearing statements from Washington, including from President Trump, that all countries should cease purchasing Russian oil. We know that many nations are responding to this, saying it's up to them who to buy from, what to buy, and what best serves their national interests. Overall, Orban, I repeat, as I mentioned earlier, is defending his country's interests. Any nation is interested in acquiring strategic goods, such as energy resources, of better quality, in large quantities and at a lower cost. In this regard, Russian energy resources are highly competitive on the international market. That explains Orban's position. We have trade relations with many countries, including those you've mentioned. As part of managing projects related to this trade and economic cooperation, we naturally discuss a variety of issues. Therefore, delving into specifics is hardly appropriate or feasible here. However, we do offer our products. These products are of strategic importance to many nations. They are competitive and attractive. Ultimately, it is up to each country to decide how appealing they find them, and how well other alternatives on offer can compete with our products. To be honest, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk's words should probably be heard first and foremost in Brussels and in European capitals. Frankly, if I were a European, I'd be concerned about whether it's worth maintaining such a close alliance with a state that justifies terrorism and defends other countries' right to commit acts of terrorism. This is such a pertinent topic for reflection. Yet, for some reason, all Europeans seem to ignore these words, even though they are, of course, very, very significant.
Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda has proposed restricting transit to Kaliningrad and closing the border with Belarus following incidents involving smuggler probes. 529. Has the Kremlin seen these reports? What will Moscow's response be, or is it still uncertain how events will unfold?
We've certainly seen all these statements. Of course, we will ensure uninterrupted communication with Kaliningrad, which is an integral part of the Russian Federation. Realistically speaking, now that Europeans have effectively taken charge of the Kyiv regime, which is essentially their client, they will be forced to support it for quite some time. The Kyiv regime knows how to beg for money all around the world, after all, and it's just as skilled at spending it in ways that leave no trace later on. I expect they'll carry on with this approach, of course, for more than 1, 2, or even 3 years. So, the Europeans need to be prepared. If they continue their current relations with the Kyiv regime, they'll end up having to shell out even more, for longer.